First, let's do a quick description of the front panel. Here we have our 3 channels, PT, PS2, and PS1. They are all AN4 connectors, so be careful when you're connecting your hoses from the aircraft. Make sure that each hose corresponds to the right channel. Note that they're equipped with O-rings here, here, and here. They make the tightening easier, but you will still have to use a 9/16 wrench, as seen here, to tighten them. You would not have to tighten them as much, and so they will help you seal the channels more easily than if you didn't have the O-rings. As they age and they start crackling after a few years, you may want to use some of the spare O-rings that we give with the unit to have them replaced. If you lose by any chance one of the O-rings, you will still be able to get a tight seal. You will just have to tighten your unit as you would usually with any other unit on the market. This is your on-off switch AC here. This is your AC connector. So we're going to connect the unit right now. You would connect it on top and turn until you hear a click. And then you would turn the ring a quarter to the right to lock it in. This here is your ground. In case your AC power is not does not have a ground, you will be able to connect a ground here by pinning it on this screw here, and that will ground your aircraft. That will help you not get zapped when you're using the test set. If your tester is equipped with a battery, such as my tester, for example, you will have an on-off battery switch right here, as well as a battery fuse connected right here. If you want to use the battery, you will turn that switch on, and the tester will now be connected both to the AC and the battery. If you lose AC, you will be able to continue your operation from the battery. Next are your manual vents. So just to be clear, this is a fully automated box, fully digital. It does not require regulations through those needle valves. However, if you have a loss of power and you're not equipped with the battery option, or something wrong happens with the unit, you may want to ground your aircraft. So the way you'll do that is by first opening the PT crossbleed gently, and you'll monitor the rate of descent of your airspeed and then altitude from your aircraft. Secondly, you will open your PS2 crossbleed, so you will equalize your PS2 with your PS1. And finally, when both of those have been opened and went back to 0, you'll be able to open your PS1 vent and bring your aircraft down to the ground. Do not go the other way, as you will increase the differential with PT. Your airspeed might increase and your differential with PS2 might increase as well. So please bring first PT and PS2 down to 0. And then when they are down to 0, you can open your PS1. It should be a very rare occurrence that you have to use those manual vents. So don't think that if your box is leaking or if you have a leak in your system, don't think that these are coming from there. There's a very small chance that leak would actually be coming from there. Also, when you are closing those vents, hand tighten them gently. You do not have to force it. If you force it too hard, you actually may create a leak. Last but not least, we will install the wired remote with the short cable. To do that, it works the exact same way. I will connect here, turn it until it clicks, and then lock it in by turning a quarter to the right. You'll notice that the key lock-in is making the cable come outward the box, just like that. So if you want to find it faster, this is a way to find the lock-in faster. As for the wired remote, you will see a key as well. It's hard to see here, but you'll see a key. You push the connector in there, and then you can screw it in to lock it in as well. I recommend leaving this one connected at all times because the pins inside the wired remote are pretty long, and there's a hazard that they may bend over time if you keep connecting and disconnecting them. Finally, here you got your Wi-Fi antenna. This Wi-Fi antenna will give you a range of 50 feet rated. Please do not put anything over the Wi-Fi antenna to ensure the maximum range possible. If you place the tester around the cockpit at a reasonable distance, you will be able to get the best range possible. One more thing. If I take away the remote here, you will see the interface connectors. This interface connector will have two connectors. One is the serial connector to download the profiles, and the other one is the encoder connector to be able to connect an encoder and read the gray code that is transmitting to the transponder. For the 6600 NG, there's usually no need for this encoder because the aircraft are more advanced and usually use transponder test sets for this task.